and it is, my cat is playing with one of my makeup brushes, or it's my lipstick. It is my lipstick. Hey guys, it's Taylor. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm here to bring you the makeup book tag. So what this is essentially is there are, I think that there's about 12 different steps of makeup. I know some people do more. I actually only do 10, but I've got 2 honorable mentions because there's stuff that I want to do and want to learn how to do, but I just haven't. But my normal makeup process is 10 steps. So there are 10 steps and there are 10 different books that go with the prompts for the makeup, the items of makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in. And this is kind of a temporary setup because I just moved back in with my mom. And so right now I'm just in front of the only bookshelf that I have. Everything else is in tubs. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive on into this makeup book tag. Before I get into any of this, the first thing I always do is I have to take off my ring because foundation gets in it and it's really hard to clean. So take this off and put it somewhere safe. And I'm also going to take my glasses off, so I'm going to hope that everything remains in focus. Yeah, I don't have my contacts with me. That's a lie. I'm going to go. Next step, go put in your contact. The first step is foundation, and I mix the two Maybelline products. This is the Fit Me Matte Poreless. This is their BB cream, their pure BB cream. Both of these are in, this one is light to sheer tint, and this one is in porcelain. So what goes with foundation is it's your favorite first book in a series. And mine is going to be Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I devoured this book when I think I was either sophomore or junior in high school, and it was everything to me at the time. It got me back into reading. I owe it so much for that. The next step is concealer, and I use this Mally, and this is just in the shade of light medium. And for concealer, the book is a character that you wish that you could erase. I'm gonna go for a whole book that I wish I could erase. I didn't need it. I really didn't. It was nice. I think I gave it like a 3 out of 5, but I didn't need it. Next is powder, and I use the Matte Poreless Fit Me by Maybelline, and I don't use a translucent powder because I feel like a powder just kind of adds a little bit more coverage, like color correcting coverage, because my face gets so red. And the book for powder is a book that is your favorite conclusion to a series. I'm going to go with Clockwork Princess. The Infernal Device series is one of my top 2 favorites. I love this series, and this conclusion just made me love it so much more because everybody got a happy ending. I don't want to like give too much away, but everybody's happy at the end, and that makes me incredibly, like, I was expecting complete and total heartbreak and just utter destruction to my feelings, but it didn't. I mean, I did get destruction to my feelings, but they were happy. I cried happy tears instead of sad tears like I was expecting. But Clockwork Princess is definitely my favorite conclusion to a series. Next is blush, and it's a Too Faced blush. I'm not very good at blush yet. So for blush, it is a book that has cringeworthy kiss or romance. While I absolutely loved this series, it's kind of cringeworthy, but it's one of those like guilty pleasure cringeworthies. So it's not like I hate it. It's just like, oh, why am I reading this right now? Oh, I'm in public, why? Yeah, that kind of thing. Next is highlighter, and it's L'Oreal Infallible, and it is in the shade Iced Latte. And for highlighter, it is to choose a book that brightens your day, and I'm gonna go with Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. I love this book so much. I remember like reading it in 36 hours. That's how much I loved this. And I searched and searched and searched for an original cover because I had the mass market paperback for the movie, and I finally found it, and I was so happy, and every time I see this book, it just makes me incredibly happy. Next step is eyebrows, and it is a Sephora just mixture, and so the book that goes with eyebrows is a book that is essential to your collection, and I'm going to go with a genre that's essential to my collection, and it's going to be the contemporary genre. I have a whole shelf dedicated because it's been one of my most recent loves, and yeah, I don't know what I would do without contemporary books. I would just be stuck in multiple book slumps because reading fantasy, while I do love it, gets really tiring and you need a break sometimes. And contemporary does that and it's amazing. So next is going to be eyeshadow, and I use the same shade that I use for highlighter as like my base on my eyelids. And then I usually just play around with it. I'm going to do not such a dark look today. I think I'm going to use some colors out of this LA Colors eyeshadow palette. The more neutral looking colors. Okay, and so for the book that goes with eyeshadow is a book with your favorite colors. And Insurgent has just about every shade of green, and green's my favorite color. Next is going to be eyeliner. And I haven't used a pencil eyeliner in so long, but I used this Voluminous Superstar by L'Oreal. So I did end up finding my stick liner, and it is Maybelline Line Express, because I used the liquid on top and the pencil on the bottom line. So a book that goes with eyeliner is a dark and mysterious book, and I'm going to go with Scythe by Neil Shusterman. While this isn't necessarily a dark or mysterious book because you do know what's going on, it's mysterious in the way that you want to know what happens next constantly. It's a futuristic world where disease has been completely wiped off the planet. There is no longer any cancer, diabetes, anything like that. There is no way a human can die. But the Scythes are appointed in order to keep a quota of deaths. But the way that this book left off, I'm really curious as to what's going to happen next. So after eyeliner is mascara, and it's L'Oreal Voluminous Feline. I love it so much. And the book that goes with mascara is a long book, and this book's huge. I think it's one of the largest books that I own. 734 pages. This is one of the longest books that I own. It is huge. And finally, in my makeup routine, it is lipstick, and let's see, there's so many choices. And for lipstick, it is your favorite book, Kiss. And I know that it's not the first time they've kissed, but it's the first time that they've kissed really in public, in front of people who aren't their friends. And I'm going to go with the Alec Lightwood and Magnus Bane kiss in City of Glass. It's towards the end. This is the third book in a series. I'm not really going to get much more into it than that. But yes, their kiss at the end of this book in front of all of the shadow hunters and really the rest of the downworld makes me so happy because I love Malik so much, and their kiss was just adorable. So that is going to be my main face. Let me take the hair down for the full effect. But there are two more makeup steps. That's my eyeliner that I use to it kind of looks from afar like the Triforce. But anyway, there are two more steps that a lot of people do. That is primer and contour. Primer is a book that makes a lasting impression, and I'm going to go with Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I think I read this in 2013, and I haven't gotten it out of my head since. I freak out every time I see this book in a store. I actually recently reread it, and I loved it just as much, if not more, than I read it then, and it's so good. It made me so happy to read it, and I think I needed to read it at the time in my life that I was in when I picked this book up. And finally is Contour, a book that you think can use some slimming down. This is the mass market paperback, so it's chunky anyways, but even the hardback that I've seen and the normal size paperback, I don't know if it's normal size, but it's a little larger than normal. These things are huge, and the print is so small, but these books are so good. I do love them, but I feel like he explains a lot of things that don't need to be explained. There's feasts upon feasts in here, and yeah, I don't need to know what the turkey is seasoned with. I don't really care. You're eating and I'm not. I don't want to know about what your turkey tastes like. I don't want to know about your potatoes and how creamy they are. I don't have any potatoes, so I don't care about your potatoes. Anyway, yes, this is a book that I think could use some slimming down, even though I do love it, and really besides that, there's nothing wrong with it. So that's going to be it for the video today, and I hope you guys have had a fantastic time. it's pretty fun. I like putting makeup on. It makes me happy. But thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye!